final episode of Children of Fire Mountain can be seen again next Saturday at the same time, 8:35. You're watching BBC One. Now it's 9 o'clock, time for Saturday Superstore.
Deck the Superstore for Yuletide. Ho, 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 ho. Sarah and Vicky are fairies inside. Ho, 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 ho. Outside Keith is gathering holly. Ho, 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 ho. Mike is looking like a wally. Ho, 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 ho.
Saturday morning, get down to the Superstore. We're gonna check out the score down at the store.
Good morning, everybody!
Good morning.
Happy Christmas!
Happy Christmas to you. We've got a lovely cracker here, haven't we?
Look at this.
We got some friends over there in the coffee shop.
The mini minstrels from Swansea, good morning. In fact, we got a cracker of a show for
We really have. Should we pull it?
Yep, ready?
This is me against you two.
Oh, come on, Vicky, come on!
I've got the goodies.
Oh,
dear. Oh, a comic and some nuts.
Oh, nice.
And one of those. Oh.
Oh!
And also, is there a? Oh, look, there's a cracker joke. Oh.
Go on, read it out.
All right then. How does an elephant get down off a tree?
How does an elephant get down off a tree?
He sits on a leaf and waits for autumn, it says here, but it's not my joke. I didn't know. And good morning to our four harmonious Father Christmases cantabile who are going to be singing throughout the morning.
God, what is that?
Ding dong merrily on high, let's see what's in the show. First let's find out why there's never any snow. No snow, no snow.
Putting a friendly face on the holiday weather, Ian McCaskill. Find out if he's dreaming of a white Christmas. Creating an atmosphere in the store all morning, the many faces of funny man Russ Abbott. A touch of Christmas magic with Paul Daniels. Call Paul on 01811 8055.
Beautiful fur coat. You don't believe there's a fur coat? I'll show you. There is indeed a fur coat. Unfortunately, someone's still wearing it.
And we've a right royal visit from Princess. We'll see her in this video after the love has gone. There's cartoon comedy when Henry's cat prepares for his Christmas dinner.
Good friends should stick together.
Ho, ho, ho! A Merry Christmas, everyone!
On the delivery van with Keith Slade performing their latest release, Do You Believe in Miracles? Cat and mouse cartoon capers in Alias St. Nick. And making a special visit to the store, Cliff Richard. I'll be chatting to him, and you can call Cliff on 01811 8055. But first, he's trying to find out where Keith is with a delivery van. What are you dressed as?
Hey, what? I'm dressed as Santa. Hey, you wouldn't believe it. I left me out for a very good morning, because yes, once again, we're out with the delivery van. Oh, yes, we are. Yeah, you probably guessed it. Our show has a little panto theme this week. Behind me, There's nothing behind me. But the all-important question, where are we for a traditional Christmas on the delivery van? Well, this morning we've travelled, you guessed it, north of the border. You guessed from their accents, didn't you? Oldham! Just have a look around. Some of you may recognise this famous site in Oldham. That's if you live locally. There's our address if you want to come and see us. We're outside the Queen Elizabeth Hall in Oldham. That's the town centre itself. We're just on the edge of the Pennines. No snow this morning, but I'll tell you what, I've never been in such a windy and wet place. But who cares? It's Christmas and we're here. Hiya, John.
Hiya, Keith.
What's all this?
I'm decorating. I've got the wallpaper up, just the tinsel now.
We've got a tree.
We have.
Let's have a look. It's a bit used, this tree. We've had it before.
Yeah, and I'm going to stay like this for.
It's hardly twiggy, is it?
You have to stay like that for 12 days, perhaps.
It's got a big trunk.
I'll leave you two to it. All right, we've got a very busy morning. We've got Mark Curry, we've got pantos, we've got magicians, we've got circus, we've got conjurers, we've got athletes. Mark Curry will be here, as I say. We've also got music from Slade playing live with us. Don't forget where we are. If you're sitting there having your breakfast at the moment, you shouldn't be. We want you here at the Queen Elizabeth Hall in Oldham. They've joined us. Do you fancy a bit of cartoon fun? Yeah! So do I. For you at home, here comes Bugs Bunny and a little bit of her.
Now you can see lots more Bugs Bunny cartoons in a new series called What's Up, Chuck? And that's when the animator Chuck Jones presents his personal selection of favourite cartoons. And that starts on Monday on BBC Two at 2 o'clock. Now, I've been causing havoc up here, interrupting all the phone people. They're all in festive mood this morning. Merry Christmas, everybody!
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. They're very hard at work this morning. They're taking calls to all the people who are going to be in the store this morning. You can ring in to Paul Daniels, Russ Abbott, Cliff Richard, and you might like to ring in to Jeremy Chervis as well. Remember, he presents the Zoo series, because our televote this morning is, do you think that animals should be kept in zoos? So when you're ringing in, have a think about that. Now dial in on 01 if you're outside London, 811 8055. That's 01 if you're outside London, 811 8055. Dial carefully. If it's engaged, try again. Now, have we got any Christmassy calls from Mr. Reed downstairs?
Would you believe it?
It's always you, isn't it?
Sorry.
Brilliant. Shout downstairs and tell
Mike,
them.
I've got a call for you.
There's a call.
All right, thank you. I'm just... Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, who's that?
Sylvia Rooney.
Hello. Can you just hold on a moment, just while I win this battle here?
Hurry up. Hey!
Ha! Got it.
Are you?
Good morning. How are you?
All right, cheers.
Shall I give the hat to Crow, or do you want it?
For me, Sylvia, for me.
Would you like the hat? Hold on. Bear with me 2 seconds, Sylvia. I'll just sort him out here. He likes to wear a Christmas hat now and again, doesn't he?
Yeah, do like, yeah. Hello, Sylvia. Hello there.
Hello?
Hello. What have you had for breakfast?
My crispy.
Ah!
Christmas?
Lovely.
Ooh. Right, do you want to hit the cracker joke in here?
Yeah.
Where does Friday come before Thursday?
No.
Where does Friday come before Thursday? Do you know?
No.
Do you know, Crow?
Where does what? Oh, sorry, I couldn't catch it.
Where does Friday come before Thursday?
Well, I don't know.
In the dictionary.
Ah, stupid.
Caught you. What can we do for you, Sylvie?
What's your favourite song in the charts at the moment?
My favourite song in the charts at the moment, one that's heading towards the charts is Julian Lennon's song, Because. I think that's great. In the charts, the Prefab Sprout single, I love. Pet Shop Boys, West End Girls.
And the Crow record.
And the Crow record, of course, yes. Loads of them, loads of them. You always have a few favourites, and some that you play so much you think, not again. What are your favourites?
Last Christmas by Wham.
Oh, yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, well, that's going to keep coming out every year. I was just trying to think of new stuff, but a lot of the Christmas records I love. And Last Christmas, I think, I'm number 10 at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think will be number 1? Do you think it'll be Shaky or Band-Aid or Wham? Or Whitney Houston?
Shaky.
I don't know.
You don't know. Right, listen, here's a quick silly quiz for you to try and win one of our fabulous Superstore badges. Can you name 3 of Santa Claus' reindeers?
Dancer, Prancer and Rudolph.
Good grief, that was easy, wasn't it? The Dasher, Dancer, Comet, Cupid, Prancer, Vixen, Donna and Blitzen. Right, so you get the badge, all right? Thanks very much for calling.
Yeah, could you say hello to my brother, my mum and dad, and everyone in 3A of
I
Wimbledon
can
Place?
indeed. Hello to all of you, and have a great Christmas. And we'll send your badge through. Thanks very much for calling. We'll have some more calls later. Thank everyone for cards as well. I mean, we had some fabulous Christmas cards, haven't we? You've had some nice ones, I know, haven't you?
Hey, Mike, also, we've got to say hi to Steve, who was rushed to hospital yesterday, but he's now home in bed. Get well, Steve,
Yeah,
from the boys.
And also a picture, I was going to say, lovely, it's quite a nice picture actually, from Teresa Day from Peatling Parva, I think it is, in Lutterworth in Leicestershire. And she's done that drawing of me as Santa.
I like your shades on that, Mike.
Do you like that?
Yeah, it's great.
They're quite good. They've actually given me a little Santa hat this morning, which is quite nice. The trouble is the bell comes down over the front. And finally, I had a lovely letter from a Me and My Sister letter from Rachel King, who's 7 years old, from Ruddington in Nottinghamshire. She said, "Dear Saturday Superstore, me and my little sister Ruth are too big to have a bath together now. When Ruth lies down to wet her hair, she sticks her feet up my bottom." This is one of those really serious, heavy letters we get. Let's go. We'll start bathing separately. It's really... oh, we've got another hat. We've sent in another hat as well.
Oh, can I have another one? They keep falling off my head.
That's because you've got a funny shaped head.
Oh,
right,
thank you.
now it's time to go and see what Sarah's up to.
I'm here in the snow scene, in our Winterland Glade, you could call it, or Winter Wonderland. Welcome, Ian McCaskill. Nice to have you back on Superstore.
Super to be here. Well,
Now,
right,
you pull the cracker.
I certainly
We're
will,
doing
yeah.
this all morning. Oh, you've
Fantastic.
won it. Well, what about that?
And
Fix the tour.
it
Is there a
wasn't.
joke in there?
I can. Oh, there is one. Is that it? That's a hat.
Is there
Joke.
a
Yeah,
oh,
there is a joke.
You tell the joke.
Le piéton est
You've got
celui
the
qui
French
est
side
un,
there. You
une
could turn it
femme.
over
Oh, I see.
and do
I
it
see.
in English.
What is green and sits in the corner?
What is green and sits in the corner? I don't know.
A naughty frog. A naughty frog. Oh, God.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I hope they get a bit better than this during the morning. I hope they do. What's this I hear about you this week? Ian has egg on his face, it says. That a vote was done about people who visited the London dungeon and they asked who they'd like to see suffer a medieval punishment.
I know. Isn't that
And,
sweet?
and you narrowly beat Terry Wogan, which I can sort of understand, and Mike Reid.
I think it's lovely. It's the British way of showing that they really care.
Well, we wondered whether to bring in sort of
That's
pillories
right.
this
Yeah,
morning.
smashing. No, I've done that bit.
Oh, you
I've
have?
done that bit. It's already been there. I've had my punishment.
Oh.
But I don't mind.
Well, I don't agree
I
with
think you have to have someone to blame.
Good old John.
Get out of the way. John Poskett again, thank you very much. And a very warm welcome back to the delivery van! The Queen Elizabeth Hall in Oldham is our location this morning, and it's panto fun this morning. With us, we've got the members of Mother Goose from the Coliseum Theatre. You're warmer than me, I can tell you. So how's the show going?
Okay.
Now, how long has it been open now, then?
It's been open for about 2 months now.
Oh, what? Now, I mean, you've got I hear you've actually got a 6-month run, haven't you?
Yeah,
So-
6 weeks.
6 weeks. So how long have you got over Christmas then off?
Christmas Day and Boxing Day.
Right. What do you actually enjoy about being in a panto?
Time off school.
You've actually had a lot of time off school then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you actually had a few little embarrassing moments on stage, haven't you?
Yeah, so
What happened?
I went on too early and I was just flying on stage.
Did
So
you
I
have...
just did a circle backwards.
Oh, what? Well, right now we're going to see you do a little circle forwards. We can't afford an orchestra, so we've got the members of the Oldham Choral Society, our crowd, to sing the Teddy Bear's Picnic. So after 3, 1, 2, 3. If you go down to the woods today, you're gonna be surprised. If you go down to the woods today, you better leave your skies. Da 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 da. Today's the day that Teddy Bear's on the picnic. Give him a round of applause. Thank you all very much and good luck with the show. OK, local talent indeed. We've got some more local talent coming up for you right now. In fact, we found this lady in the Saturday Superstore. Search for a superstar. I'll go and grab a hat, but read me on. You can watch the magic of a lovely lady. Please welcome Fiona Shortland. my hat. And that was very, very well done because it's so windy down here this morning. I think you did a grand job. Well done. We actually found Fiona at the Saturday Superstore search for superstar auditions. She got the job. And this man failed the audition. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Saturday Picture Show, Mark Curry. Good morning.
Do you want my flat cap, Chuck, or are you all right? You're not getting cold,
I said snap this morning, didn't I? Because you're up in this part of the world working again.
That's right, at the Palace Theatre, Manchester. 3 shows today, can you believe? I should be in bed, you know, this time.
God, you must find that awfully exhausting.
Well, it is at first, you know, when you're not used to it, because in television it's really easy, isn't it? I mean, you sit there and somebody does your makeup and somebody gives you a shirt to wear.
It might be for you, but for us, I mean, look at the...
Yes, we're only on this one. But in theatre, you know, you arrive there and you've got to put some makeup on and you've got to sort of get your costume sorted out and get there half an hour before and then go on and do 3 shows. So it's hard work.
So what panto are you doing?
We're doing Babes in the Wood.
And what part are you playing?
Well, John Noakes and I are playing a pair of tinkers.
It must actually be great fun in a show like that because I've heard stories of you learn the show and you get used to it and then you start doing your own show.
That's right. I mean, the show completely changes. Once the director's disappeared, you all do your own thing. But we've got Les Dawson in the show as well. And Les is playing Nurse Ada and he's a terrific dame. Great fun. We've got Ruth Maddock from Hardy High playing Robin Hood. We've got the Roly-Polies, you know, the Roly-Polies.
So a real host of stars,
A real host of stars. And me as well.
Oh, well, there's the one exception. No. I was going to say, will you have much time at Christmas then? Off?
Well, actually, we get 3 days off, which is very rare for a pantomime. Usually you do 2 shows on Christmas Eve, and then you get Christmas Day off. But this time we get the 23rd, the 24th, and of course Christmas Day off, and then it's back to the slog on Boxing Day for 2 shows. So it gives me a chance to get me presents, because I haven't bought a thing. Have you bought anything?
No, no.
What have you bought Maggie this year?
I can't tell you. It's a secret. I can tell you after Christmas.
Yeah, because he hasn't thought of it yet, Maggie, I know.
How are you going to be spending Christmas then?
Well, I shall go and have lunch with my mum, and my sister, and my brother, and we have turkey and all the bit, you know.
Do you have a
Give all
real
the presents.
northern Christmas?
Oh, yeah. Everybody comes round. Everybody comes round. Christmas Eve, a party. Boxing Day morning, a party, and then back to the theatre.
Every night a party.
Every night a party, absolutely.
Mark, for the moment, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Fancy staying around with us all morning?
Love to, yeah.
Now listen, the Saturday Picture Show comes back in April, doesn't it?
That's right.
When we go off the air.
Yeah.
And you must get out of practice during the course of the winter.
Well, yes, a bit.
Yeah. So, do you like to have a little practice of introducing our next special guest?
All right, then.
All right, go on. Go for it, Mark.
Which camera is it, Keith? Is it that one?
This camera over here, Mark.
It's that
Go
one.
on. Oh,
Hello.
go for it.
OK. Now we'd like to bring you some pop music.
No, hang on.
Oh.
That's a bit dull and boring, really.
All right, then.
A bit livelier.
Right, then. OK, now we've got a fantastic band for you. Is that all right?
No, over the top, too sort of like, you know, too zippy.
All right.
Just nice, subtle and like you normally do.
Subtle. That's a £10 sledgehammer. Right, here we go. We've got that fantastic band, Bronski Beat, with Feel, that perfect beat. Bronski Beat coming up.
I'm looking forward to him coming back at 7. Have a go.
Searching for some company. Feel the rhythm, dance with me. Then beat by blue seem out of place. Now the words of the party face. Party face. Dance, dance on the floor. Dance, dance for some more. Dance, dance, feel the heat. Hit that perfect beat, boy. Hit that perfect beat, boy. I've got that feeling. Them beat boy feelings. I got some feeling. That perfect beat, boy. I got that feeling. That perfect feeling. That perfect feeling. All over me. Beat boy, hit that perfect beat boy, beat boy.
Well, what a rhyme. Thank you very much, Cantabile, and good morning, everybody. Well, today we've got a televote for you, and that means that everybody who phones into the store this morning is going to be asked to vote, yes or no, on this subject, and that is, should animals be kept in zoos? Now, it's a topic which lots of people have opinions on. We'd like to hear your opinions as you phone in, and later on we'll be meeting the zoologist Jeremy Cherfas, who presents the television programme Zoo 2000, and we'll be talking to him about the whole issue of animals in zoos. And Jeremy would like to hear your views and questions about this. He's waiting for your calls on 01, if you're outside London, of course, 811 8055. Now, some people feel that zoos should be banned altogether because they feel it's quite wrong to keep wild animals behind bars. Now, other people feel it's interesting and educational that humans should be allowed to see almost every other creature on Earth on display in zoos. Well, for our News Round report on this topic this morning, we're looking at one of the most praiseworthy aspects of zookeeping, and that is saving species from extinction. And here comes our report any moment now, I hope. We don't seem to have the film. Oh, here it comes now. The zoo's saving species from extinction. These handsome creatures are scimitar-horned oryx, and once they were found in many areas around the Sahara Desert. Now they survive only in zoos, like this one at Marwell Park. And these oryx, born in Britain, are now being sent to the North African desert in the hope that they'll breed in the wild. This is Ling Ling, one of the 2 giant pandas in Washington Zoo in America. Recently, it seems that Ling Ling might be expecting a baby. And because panda births are so rare outside their home country of China, zoo officials were thrilled. But now, it seems to have been a false alarm. Pandas are amongst the world's most endangered creatures. There are less than 1,000 of them left in the wild, where they are constantly under threat from famine and from humans taking over their land. This little fellow will survive thanks to experts at Chengdu Zoo in China. He was born in the wild, but for some reason was abandoned by his mother. Now he's being looked after in the zoo's intensive care unit. He's being hand-reared at the moment, and the vets keep a constant check. He's been named An, and he stands a very good chance of growing up healthy and being returned to the wild. While he's in the zoo, he's helping the vets to discover more about young pandas and perfecting the methods which will help giant pandas to breed more successfully in captivity could be the only way of making sure they survive into the next century. But only a few zoos are lucky enough to have pandas. Many more zoos around the world have another animal that's just as threatened, the rhino. All 5 species face extinction, and soon zoos could be the only place where anyone will be able to see them. One of the real success stories recently has been Vicky, the baby orangutan. And she was born at Blackpool Zoo, and she was abandoned by her mother, so she grew up feeling that she was a human baby because she was reared by humans. So now she's been brought down here to London Zoo, and she's growing up with all the other baby orangutans here. And every day she's allowed to play with them. And this is what happens. Raisins, a favourite treat for orangutans, are scattered on the floor to persuade Victoria and Kadim to play together. Her other young playmate, Jago, tends to be a bit too boisterous for Victoria, who's only a year old and used to gentler treatment. But the keepers are pleased with her progress, and they say she's becoming more like a baby ape and less like a baby human. And this is only possible because London Zoo has a large family of orangutans for Victoria to become a member of. Keeping watch on her is Peter Denning. So she still comes to humans for protection?
That's right, yes. I mean, it's going to be a long process before she really becomes an orang, but as you can see, she's a lot more, natural now. She's not so scared, and she's quite calm most of the time.
When she first arrived, she was very much like a human baby, wasn't she? She had a little security blanket and everything. Does she still have that?
No, she doesn't. She still has a cardboard boxes, which she quite likes to sit in. And bedding, which she will sometimes, again, if she gets scared, grab hold of. In a few years' time, Victoria will be the size of these fully grown orangutans at London Zoo. In the Far Eastern Islands, where they live in the wild, the species is faced with extinction because the rainforests are being destroyed. Here, the animals are behind bars, on show to the public. And the argument goes on. Should creatures like this be on display for humans to look at, to be amazed and amused by? Or are the world's best zoos doing a vitally important task by making us more aware of wildlife issues and by saving many rare species from disappearing altogether? And the question that we are asking our televoters to vote on this morning is, should animals be kept in zoos? We'd like your opinions on that. Later on, we'll be meeting Jeremy Cherfas, and he'll be taking your calls, and we'll have the result of the televote. But meantime, over to Fairy Princess Sarah.
Thank you, John. Handsome Prince. And now, here to perform for you today are the mini minstrels from Swansea performing a minstrel medley.
Oh, they've got the slippers. Oh, they've got the slippers. Those slippers gone away. Toys on the street. Oh, they've got the slippers. Oh, they've got the slippers. Those slippers gone away. Toys on the street. It's la-la-la-la-la-la. Betty, Brother, Lady Lou, they're slipping and slipping. La-la-la-la-la-la. They're slipping and slipping. Eat red, black, black. Oh, Eliza, Eliza Jane.
Pike from Trowbridge in Wiltshire, and he'll be 5 on Monday. And look, his card opens up to reveal inside. He's got straw on the floor of the stable, and he's got baby Jesus in the manger, and Mary and Joseph and the shepherds there. And I think there's even, yes, there are even some sheep over here, if you can see, some little lambs
It's very
over
realistic,
there.
isn't it?
That's one of our runners-up. And James, along with Sean and Ellen Scarl, who are from Aberdare, are going to win some lovely furry cuddly toys. This is the other runner-up here, which is a lovely fluffy cotton wool Father Christmas snowman. There we are. So well done, Ellen and Sean, and well done, James. These lovely furry toys will be on their way to you. Now, who's won?
Well, I have another runner-up here first. Emma Gillespie, who's 13 years old, who comes from, can you see that? From Blythe in Worksop in Nottinghamshire. That's Emma's card, which is a really nice little robin perched on the tree, a bit like ours this morning. That's very nicely done, Emma. Thank you very much. You're a runner-up. But the winner comes from somebody called Petra. To everyone at Superstore, I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And it says that through the window. And you see all the little glittery things.
Isn't that lovely? It's like a little sort of...
Yes. So it's actually that snowing.
Glitter window.
Yes, it is. The balloons, and little Christmas trees in the box and snow. That's very well done. So, Petra, you are our winner.
Clever thing.
All right?
Well done.
I want to see the prize again. Let's see your prize.
Yeah, go on.
Can we get a close-up on the prize?
Go on, go on.
Oh.
And a camera.
That's right.
You
now,
get a furry toy and
on
the
their
camera.
way to you.
So
Great, well, thank you very much. We'll put those up in the store.
Do you know, I feel a bit sorry for Keith
Why's
in
that?
Oldham, because not only is it blowing a gale down there, which you can see because his hat blew off earlier, but it's looking a bit bare. Not many decorations compared with us here
I've
in the
got
Superstore.
just the thing for him, actually. I've got some spare. Here it is. I've got some spare,
Oh,
yes.
good.
Keith.
Yeah, are we a bit bare for decorations?
Keith, catch this.
Keith, catch hold of this, will you?
Okay, go on.
There we are.
Chuck a little bit.
You got
Okay.
it?
Oh, there it is. Oh,
Good
got
boy.
it. Yeah. Where's Joanne? Joanne.
You got it?
Pass it right down the line. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. Thank you very much. Okay, we've got loads
That's
here.
better.
Yeah, no problem. That's it. Hey, thank you very much.
Good.
Honestly, you make the place look like a real superstar place in Oldham. That's where we are. This windy lot are here too. Is it always like this up here?
Yeah.
But who cares? Coming up from the Mo, a real star from the sporting world. But right now, let's have a look at that lady in action. Yes, she won a bronze for Great Britain at the Moscow Olympics. Here she comes, Lindsay McDonald.
Russians closing up fast on the inside, and Lindsay McDonald, who tends to do her running in the closing stages of the lap. And Lindsay's run a really good leg here. She's kept us right in touch, but it's East Germany in the lead. What a marvellous moment for them. Especially 16 years old Lindsay McDonald.
Won by the team of Great Britain.
Бронзовые медали вручаются.
Hey, and still that happy, smiling face. That must have been such a memorable day for you.
Oh, I remember everything about it, the race, and especially standing on the rostrum when we got the medal. It was lovely.
Because it's that one day of the year, isn't it? You've all your preparation and training. You've worked for that one day, haven't you?
Oh yes, there's a lot of training, lots of years of hard work behind that, so it's great to get something like
What's
that.
it actually like competing against the world's top athletes? What are they like as people? Do they try and push you off the track or psych you out or what?
Oh no, I think it is a sport, and when you're on the track, of course everybody's wanting to do their best and maybe to win, but it is very sporty, and everybody I've met, really, they're great.
A friendly lot.
Oh, it really is. It's a great atmosphere.
Right. I've got to ask you, what are the two little cuddly friends that you brought with you?
Well, these are the mascots for the 1986 Commonwealth Games, which are to be held in Edinburgh, and they're Mac. It's called Mac, and it's a Scottish Terrier.
So these are going to be the mascots for the Commonwealth Games?
That's
then?
right, yes.
Right. Well, we can actually see where the Commonwealth Games are going to be held. They're in fact at the Meadowbank Sports Stadium. You've run there before, haven't you?
Yes, I've run in a lot of competitions at Meadowbank.
I'm joined by one of the youngest members of the family, Tim Godfrey. A very good morning to you.
Okay.
Have you always been a talented family?
Yes.
So who are we actually seeing there? Who have you brought with you?
Well, there's my little sister dressed up as a jester.
Yeah.
Being
And who's the guy to the left?
Oh, he's my dad. And about a month ago,
Right.
he broke his stilt trying to do the conga on a slippy floor and broke both of his wrists.
Oh no! Oh gosh, I mean that's probably one of the hazards of the job. Have you hurt yourself at all?
Well, when I started, I got a couple of bruises.
Right, now you're expert on the unicycle. I mean, how did you learn all these talents?
Well, I learnt my unicycle by a man called Reg Bolton, who does circuses throughout the world, does kind of children's suitcase circuses.
And how long did it take you to learn it then?
About 2 days.
2 days?
For an hour a day, yes.
You're joking. That is very quick, isn't it?
Yes.
Hey. Well, may I say thank you very much to the Godfrey family. Give them a nice big round of applause. And Tim, thanks very much to you. Do you do magic at all?
No, but my dad used to do a Punch and Judy, and he does some magic. He's
Well,
good at
Tim,
magic.
you're going to be surprised at me. Little bit of magic for you. Paul Daniels is on the show this morning. So, look, nothing... Hold on to that. Hold on to that. Nothing in my hands? Nothing? Honestly, yes? Yeah! Nothing at all? OK. Thank you. Impressed, eh? Hold on, there's another one up here somewhere. Yes, there it is. That's all for us. Join us back here in Oldham at the Queen Elizabeth Hall if you want to join us. And that's all. We'll see you in a little bit later on. Cheers, Mike.
Very impressed, Keith. I'm very impressed.
Did you like the way I looked for it under my arm?
How was it? Was that an oldest trick in the book, or was that a bit of clever stuff there?
Nah, all done by mirrors, you know.
Yeah?
Mirrors. He was using mirrors, yes.
That had me baffled.
He's gone. So, what is he doing out there, freezing to death in Old?
We'd like to send him outside.
Quite right, too.
Absolutely. What are you going to be doing over Christmas? A few magic tricks for the family?
Well, funny you should say that, because yesterday I found one in my drawers, and I thought, I'll take that home and show my dad, yeah. It's my dad, oops, somebody shot themselves. Oh, no, they haven't, it's a balloon gone. What it is my dad's makes my props and illusions, and every now and then I sneak a little trick in to fool him, you know.
Do your family get used to your tricks? I mean, it's like Christmas, the busman's holiday home. Come on, Paul, get the tricks out. But they all know them, or not?
Well, no, they don't know them all, by any means. None of my family are magicians. I'm the only magician. My brother is a great musician, so he's far more likely to be sitting in the corner playing with the Yamaha, you know, biddy-biddy-biddy, than me doing tricks. I'll probably be asleep.
Well, I would just like to thank Alyssa White, who sent Cantabile the flowers, who sent me this morning. Just came in the post. Thank you very much. It's very kind.
Isn't that nice?
Sweet.
Every time I'm here, you know, they're on. Well, I've got
They
a
must
list.
like you.
I've got a list here of people to say hello to. Michelle's nan, who is down in Bristol way. Hello there, Michelle's nan. That's all.
Good. Would you like to pull a cracker with me? Is it
I'd love
time?
to. Yes, yes.
I never. Oh, you've won.
Of course I've won.
What is it?
I'm a magician. What have I got? What have I got? A sewing set. Oh, thank you. That'll have my audience in stitches.
Hey!
Anyway, boom, boom. And what else have I got? I've got a folded up hat. Oh, hang on. There might be a joke. Garçon, vous avez des cuisses de granule. Hey, come on. What's this? Oh, it's on the other
probably
side.
in English on the other side.
Yes, it is. What exams does Father Christmas take?
What exams does Father Christmas take? No, you're right. I don't know now.
He takes his ho-ho-ho levels. You read that over my shoulder. Don't impress me.
Well, it's like horses take their hey levels.
Oh.
Have you got any jokes in this bag here?
No. I've got
Any magic gags?
No, this is great. If you find one of these in a joke shop, you know, and you say to somebody, E.T., touch fingers, and you touch fingers like this, you go, touch fingers.
Oh, I know, you're going to
go,
shock me,
No,
aren't you?
you go, no, touch properly. Like that, isn't it? It's good, isn't it? Found that in a joke shop. And there's, and this is the sort of trick you might get out of a Christmas cracker and think, oh, you know, it's a load of old rubbish. But don't, because all tricks are really quite good if you know, if you present them properly. That's trapped in there by a safety pin thing, clip thing, and I'll just take that out like that and show you that this is a piece of white card and it's got a hole in it, right?
Right.
Now then, which camera am I showing it to? Camera 4, right. If you put it in like this, you see, so that the people can see it goes all the way back through, what you do is you slide it all the way so the hole comes in line in the middle again. And then you push this all the way through again, like that. This goes through the hole in the middle, like that. And then you spread it out like that. Then you say to them, now, look, that's now definitely trapped in there. And they say, yes, it is, right? So then you go like this and watch. It comes all the way through the pin, see? And a lot of people would say, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. But if you watch it like they were just watching it, it's a very, very baffling little trick. I love it. I've had it for years.
Well, I was watching 6 inches away and I'm baffled.
I know. So was I. So what else am I doing over Christmas? Oh, I'll be watching my Christmas special.
When's that on? Is that Boxing Day?
Boxing Day, 6:20. Very special. It's got a lot of... The acts are fantastic. And have you ever tried skipping? Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah? We've got a group of girls on from America called the Jazzy Jumpers. Don't miss them. And you'll all be trying it, I'll tell you, you'll all be trying it the next day. Super fast skipping.
Great. I know. Just before we move on, you've got a couple of presents in there.
Couple of presents.
I just happen to know.
Yes. Yes, there's a
one for Vicky and one for myself.
One for you and one for Vicky, because this is the new series on children's television, BBC, Whizbit. And guess who's in it?
You? And Vicky.
And the lovely Vicky, yes, she's in it.
Great.
Yeah, great.
Thank you. I mean, I hate asking, but I just knew you had them in there, you see.
Yeah.
Right, calls to Paul later, 01811 8055. He'll be on the telephones and performing some tricks as well. While I try this on, let's go over and see what Sarah's up to.
I'm up to all sorts of things over here with Princess. Welcome to Superstore. Princess, pull the cracker first. Oh, I've got to pull it like this, girl. I can say, oh! My tiara came straight up. I'm back up that tree. I tell you, if it carries on like this. Now, I'm afraid the next thing you have to do is tell the joke.
Oh, no.
You know how wonderful the jokes are. Oh, you've got a toolkit.
Ah, so there you are.
Look.
That's the biggest joke of all.
There's a toolkit in case anything goes wrong in the recording studio.
Thank you very much.
And that's the joke. Right, you're going to tell that.
Mrs. Brown, do you know, dear, I was reading the other day that an ostrich can see very little and can digest anything. Mrs. Smith, what an ideal husband. Well, right,
think
okay,
about that
sick.
one.
Yes.
Princess, well done for getting here this morning.
Thank you very
Would you
much.
like to tell us just about where you've come from and what you're up to at the moment? Because it's really quite a miracle that you arrived.
It's quite hectic, yeah. I did a gig last night. I came in at 3 o'clock, got to
Where
bed
were
at
you
4.
doing your gig?
The gig was in Mainz, which is near to Stuttgart. Then I drove back to Frankfurt after the gig, so I got to bed at 4, and then I got up again at 6 and left Frankfurt and came here for this.
Oh my goodness. And then what's happening after this?
Then I go back, I take the flight back this afternoon. I have to have a sound check, and then I'll be doing a gig tonight.
Can I just say, you make me sick. You look fabulous.
Do I?
You really do.
Oh,
That's
thank
me.
you
I've been
very
asleep
much.
on that tree all night. You know, I feel like a wreck. And you've been halfway around the world and back.
It's the pint, it's the needles, it's the needles.
It's them that do it.
They're no good for you, not for sleeping.
You cheeky devil. Cheeky devil. Listen, you've had 2... Well, you've got one hit coming up now that is going to be a smash hit. I
Is
think
it?
so, personally.
Is it?
Well, me and Vicky, we've given
that's
you
all
our
I need
votes
to know.
for that. Yep. And of course, the first say I'm your number 1. Straight to number 2 in Germany. Didn't
Absolutely,
it?
absolutely.
What about an album? What are the plans for an album?
Well, the plans for the album are, in fact, well, it's due in February, the end of February, beginning of March. We're
Aren't
hoping.
you going to be tired out by then?
How do you mean by then? Look at me now. Tired out by
Great.
then. I'm exhausted already, but it's so nice. You know, during the 7 years I've been singing, there were times when I was saying, please God, please can I have some work? So now I
What
mustn't
sort of singing
complain.
have you been doing over the years? Out front on your own or
No,
in
not
bands?
on my own at all. With bands, session work, lots of people around me, basically.
Now, we had DC Lee on last Saturday, and she has come from doing sessions as well.
Yeah.
She did a lot of sessions work.
Yeah.
I mean, are most session singers, have they got their eye on solo stardom? Or are there many who really are quite happy to stay doing the rounds, earning the money and singing with other people?
I would think that I can only speak for myself because I find singers a strange breed. They're only common to each other in the sense that they all sing. After that, they all seem to differ.
Right.
But I would have been happy on the session scene myself, as long as I was getting work regularly. But then I can say that because I was always recognised as being a little bit special. In other words, I would walk in and I'd come to do a session, but then people would say, oh, great sound. Have you got a record out yet? Have you got a deal? So then, of course, I could pretend that I was being ordinary, but I was always getting some other attention.
Which can only be very encouraging.
Exactly.
And making you feel you've got to go in the direction. The inevitable thing then happened and you went on your own.
Exactly. Maybe if nobody had said that, I wouldn't have been content on the session scene. I'd have wanted to do something else, you know?
Well, let's have a look at the video now. Let's have a look at the brand new... Oh, go on, it's brilliant. After the lover's gone, here she is, Princess.
Thank you.
I read the words time and time again. I could not believe my eyes. You broke my heart in every line. How you hurt me. When I think about how it used to be, we see each other every day. Now you say things have changed. How you hurt me. After love has gone, how can I go on when there's nothing anyone can do? I'm still in love with you. After love has gone, I must be strong, and life must go on. After the love has gone, I gave you everything. I gave you all my love. How you made me feel secure. But now you shut the door. How you hurt me. After the love has gone, how can I go on when there's nothing anyone can do? I'm still in love with you. After love has gone, I must be strong. Life must go on. After the love has There's nothing anyone can do. I'm still in love with you. After love has gone, I must be strong, and life must go on. After the love has gone.
Look at our Oldham crowd there. That was the sound of Princess. That is the sound of them. We're inundated with people this morning, here for games, competitions, and in a moment, appearing live here in Oldham, we've got Slade. And also, a little bit later on, we're going to be singing carols. Give me an A. Oh! I think they need a bit of practice. All right, here's a man who's in fine voice. Michael!
Keith, it's good to see you put a nice warm coat on because it's obviously cold.
Do you know what? It's always the way. I turn up in the morning and I get up in the hotel and I think, well, I look quite nice. And I get here about 7 o'clock in the morning, it pours with rain, I look like a drowned rat. My mother says I look scruffy. But who cares? We're out on the OB, that's the main thing.
All right, see you later.
Hey, cheers, Mike.
He's a happy little soul, isn't he, whatever the weather?
I think Keith Chegwin is a hero. I really do. Out there, it's blowing a gale. You must be freezing.
He's more mad, really. We have music as well as
Oh!
As well as Slade on the delivery van this morning. We also have Russ Abbott singing and Cliff Richard and Cantabile, all live here
What
in the
a
studio.
musical morning we have.
Absolutely, and loads of letters come in for Letter of the Week. Laura Hutt, dear Mike and Sarah, please tidy up your desk the next time I see you. No chance this morning, I'm afraid.
What do you mean? This is tidy.
Yeah.
This is tidier than usual.
Well, Mike keeps throwing things down there, papers when he finishes, he's untidy.
The old sandwiches are down there, the bits of roll that he's finished with, you should see it. In fact, perhaps you shouldn't. Let me read you a letter.
Go on.
I'll just try and read you a letter, get my eardrums back in one piece. This is from Rodri from Port Talbot, and she's 6, and she says, my mummy took me to the beach with my dog Robbie. My mummy wanted to sunbathe, but my dog was wandering, so she tied his lead to her foot. She was lying on the beach, and Robbie saw a dog. He ran off, pulling my mummy down the sand. Everyone was laughing. My mummy hurt her leg and was dragged into the sea. And there's a wonderful picture here of Rodri's mummy being dragged into the sea by the dog. Can you see that? That's brilliant. And then there's, well, this was sent in, I think, as a letter, not as an entry for our Christmas card competition, but we're going to give it a prize in our Letter of the Week competition. It's not our Letter of the Week, it's one of the runners-up because it was so imaginative. Here is a see-through card. It's got Merry Christmas Superstore on one side, and then if you turn it back, it's the back view of the same people. With standing on the banana boxes and the tea from China boxes and everything, and a soap box. We thought that was very good. And that has come from Amanda James in Yorkshire. So well done, Amanda.
We have our ultimate letter of the week from Chingford from Luke Garrett, who's 11. And here it is, claim to fame's all over the place. My dad and uncle went to school with Elton John. My aunt used to baby mind Andrew Ridgeley from Wham. Paul Simon once asked my dad for a light. My dad went to university with television idiot. It says Giles Brandreth. Giles. My aunt taught Paul McCartney's daughter. Doug Insole went to my old school. So did Johnny Dankworth. So did the designer of the R101. Claims to fame all over the place.
I think you've dropped enough bricks there.
Not only that, he's personally met Roy Castle.
My goodness
Luke
me.
Garrett, letter of the week, and all the goodies you see over there, the
So
stationery
right now
things.
pack and some stamps.
So you can write to all those famous people and say how wonderful it was to meet you.
And say sorry that I said that I knew you. And
Hey, Mike.
Right.
Hey, Sarah, can I say a quick hello to William Allison Kimberley and Charlie the head butter?
Right. Okay, good morning, Charlie and the gang. And now it's time to go over and see what Vicky's up to.
Well, we've had some pretty amazing guests in the coffee shop, but, well, perhaps I should introduce you to Samantha Slade. Perhaps I should let her say what her particular skill is.
Well, I don't know.
How long have you been talking like this, Samantha?
About 9 years.
About 9 years. Did you just sort of discover it by accident, or did you teach yourself?
By accident, while watching Tom and Jerry. Which is
Were you watching a Tom and Jerry cartoon?
Yeah, they've got a little duck called Yaki. And it just sort of happened.
What, he was just talking on the screen and you started chatting along?
You're my mummy.
Yeah, and Tom was trying to eat him. So.
Do you ever use it in life, like talking on the phone or at school?
Yeah, I had a pantomime during the week. I was the herald.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Princess Ella?
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Would you like to use your herald voice to announce the cartoon that's coming up now?
Now it's time for more cartoon comedy with Henry's cat and Huntsman's dinner. On Christmas.
It was a cold Christmas day, and Henry's cat was stuck in a snowdrift, which was very awkward, as he should have been at home cooking Christmas dinner for his friends. He wondered where all the snow came from. Oh, perhaps it's the clouds falling apart as they shiver with cold, he thought, and he wondered why no one switched on a rainbow to keep them warm. Just then he saw Chris Rabbit carrying a big pile of wood. Oh, hello, said Henry's cat. What are you doing? I'm building a snow forks, said Chris. Oh, what's that? Said Henry's cat. It's a snowman and a Guy Fawkes all in one. I'm going to set it alight and have a bonfire and keep me warm. Oh, isn't it difficult to set light to snow, especially if it's damp? I've thought of that. That's why it's got an umbrella, said Chris, and lit the firewood. It went out. Let's take it home and dry it out first, said Henry's cat. But when they picked it up, it fell apart. It's all right. It's all right. I've got some glue at home, said Chris. So they took the snow forks to Chris's house and put it on the table. Chris went off to find some glue, and when he got back, the snow forks had melted. That's all right. That's all right. I've got an idea, said Chris. We'll build a food man, set it alight, cook it, and eat it. So, using a Christmas pudding as a head, bread rolls as arms, and a sausage as a nose, and all sorts of other things, they built a food man on the table. They felt very pleased with themselves. But as Chris Rabbit stepped back to admire his work, he stepped right into the glue pot and ended up covered with glue. Henry's cat tried to help, and he got covered with glue as well. Luckily, at that moment, their friends arrived to wish them both a happy Christmas. But instead of helping, they all got stuck. Oh! Well, you've never seen such a mess in all your life. What shall we do now? Asked Henry's cat rather stickily. I've got an idea! I've got an idea! Said Chris Rabbit. Let's all sing Christmas carols. Perhaps Father Christmas will hear us and come to our rescue. And they all started to sing. It so happened that Father Christmas was passing by at that very moment, and he heard all the noise coming out of the chimney.